You are a fan of photography, if you're a fan of life stories, rich life stories, stop what you're doing and pay attention. We have Mikael Theimer with us and Samuel Rocheleau from Portraits of Montreal, a project inspired by the New York project, the Humans of New York. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having us.
Let's get right to it because there's so much to say. We're seeing some of the photos behind us here. You were all, there are three of you originally, though
Yep.
one of your colleagues is in France, we should say. You all worked different jobs and you decided, we're done. We're doing this instead.
Exactly. We all worked in different fields. I was in advertising. Samuel was a video director. The third one was working in finance. And we all kind of felt like we wanted to move on to something where we were more involved personally in what we were doing, and so we all quit our jobs pretty much at the same time and got into this project right away.
Which is a very bold move, you know, because it could not have worked out. Fortunately, it is working out very well. I'm wondering what you were expecting to get from these photos, because, you know, they say in French, une photo vaut mille mots. People see a photo, but there's a life story behind all of these Montrealers, right?
Yeah, exactly. Before being a photography project, it's really a people's project. It's not so much about taking pictures, it's really about sharing people's stories and connecting random people with other random people and just creating a huge story about humankind and humankind specifically in Montreal.
And I was reading, you guys are trying to reevaluate or sort of recreate or redefine this idea of what a stranger is. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we're trying just to have an approach that everybody is like us and have experiences that we had or we will have. So it's just to share that actually and to break this
the ice between
the ice between
the ice
those
and the
people.
space. You know, we pass by people all the time and we don't often stop to think that there is a story. Everyone has a story,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. And we're also isolated in our own personal story that we completely we don't see anybody else's stories, and with social media these days we feel like we're connected to everyone, but really we're not. And we're trying to change that. We're trying to use social media to do exactly the opposite as what it's doing now, which means like getting everyone looking down on their phone and thinking they're connected to their friends because they just talk to them on Facebook. But we want to break that and real connection with real people in the streets, talking about real things. We're not talking about the weather. We're not talking about their vacations, we're talking about them, we're talking about us, we're talking about
their life stories.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a video coming up because this is the Portraits of Montreal. I mean, I love these photos. They're just so heartwarming. Tell us about this video.
Well, there's a video coming up on Tam Tams, but I actually did some on already.
Tam Tam being the festival on the mountain every Sunday, the big party on the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do on people. Like I take one person and I follow him through the day, and it's like one day in that person's
the slice
life.
of life in that day. Thank you so much, Mikael Theimer Samuel Rocheleau. The project is called Portraits of Montreal. If you want to find out more about that,
us on Facebook.
But yeah, follow them on Facebook. You know, everyone has a story. Thank you so much to both of you. Continued success, and please come back and tell us about the video when all of that is done.